Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing our June love and life monthly readings for all 12 astrological signs, and we will be using the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. I probably will also be starting out with the Dear Heart Oracle and then wrapping up with the Romance Angels Oracle and the Abundance Angels Oracle. I decided to add those two last ones because I think it'll make for a more complete reading, even though it may add a couple of minutes to the readings. I think it'll still make it for a more complete reading. So we'll see how it goes. Every month I'm kind of playing it by ear, seeing how it all works out and tweaking it as I need to and see fit. So we'll see how this one goes. And of course, this is a general reading. It is going over the general energies that are affecting this segment of the population, whether it's, Aries to Aquarius. But if you want a more specific reading for a specific situation that you're going through individually, head on over to abundantlifetarot.com and check out the book or reading section for different reading options, or go to my Etsy store at Abundant Life Shop. And I have a whole selection smorgasbord, if you will, of different readings that you can pick that would suit, any budget, any need, as far as what you need to get from a reading. So that's just, just to put it out there, because I know some people are like, oh, well, you didn't predict this and this and this and that. And there's only so much time that I can take of yours, right, and of mine for this reading. So, and I'm speaking to anyone who may be watching it. So just have to say that. But anyways, I also want to thank you all so much for watching. Sit back, enjoy, and much love this June for all of you, and wishing you so much big abundance and joy for the summer or winter to come, whichever it may be. Thanks for watching. Capricorns, we are doing your monthly love and life and abundance reading, or oracle reading, and we're going to start with the Dear Heart Oracle and then move to the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle, and then a couple of Doreen Virtue oracles for some specific guidance. All right, Spirit, what are the overarching themes or energies that Capricorns will be dealing and facing and working through in the month of June? Or when they watch this? What are the energies, the overarching energies that are lovely Capricorns, whether this is your rising sign, your moon sign, or your sun sign? Whatever you want to identify with. Any other messages? If not, we'll rock with these. Okay. Alright, let's move you here. First card that jumped was Transformation. Second card that jumped was Balance. And third card that jumped was Darkness. Okay, so for the month of June, my lovely Capricorns, you are going to be, there's transformation that has happened, and that is still continuing to happen for you Capricorns. Sorry. But I get a sense that now you're on the back end side of the transformation of this particular cycle, whether it's a transformation at work, whether it's a physical transformation, whether it's an emotional or spiritual transformation. But I get a sense that this is something like a cycle that is coming to an end in June. Not to say that it's not going to have effects or lasting effects. It will. But the actual transformation portion of your cycle is coming to a head and conclusion in the month of June. And then we have Balance. Balance is a present and future energy that you will be dealing with in the month of June. Either this is a call for some of you Capricorns to bring more balance into your life. This could be either, for some of you, a card demonstrating that in fact you sought balance and then you attained balance in the month of June. And then this could also be a card for many of you that confirms that you have been out of balance and out of whack in many areas of your life for so long that the transformation is necessary in order to be able to bring some balance into your life. You need to surrender to what your life is transforming into, because sometimes we hold on to a bunch of different activities that are no longer in alignment with what we're doing or where we're at or where we're trying to go. And then it clutters up the rest of our schedule, the rest of our life. And it's time to really get back into alignment with really what is the true essence of what you're trying to do with your days and your time here on this planet. We have darkness. Some of you may be entering a season of darkness, a season of cocooning. Again, this is a part of that cycle of transformation. Don't be alarmed by the darkness card. Yes, sure, some of you may be receiving some not so pleasant news in June, but I get a stronger sense that this is all a part of the cycle here, the circle, if you will. You have the transformation, and when you're going through transformation, just before the butterfly emerges from the cocoon is probably the darkest time in that cocoon before the butterfly emerges. So think of it like that. I know it's like kind of backwards here. You would probably want to see it more like this, right? Darkness, balance to transformation, or maybe it's more like this. Could be like this. But the cards didn't jump that way. The cards jumped this way. Transformation, and then balance and darkness. So those are the overarching energies that you'll be working with and working through in the month of June, Capricorns. And so I'm sure more of this will be explained in the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. With the Secret Pocket Oracle, what we're going to do is a 3-row, 3 to 5 card, so 3 to 5 cards per row, 3 rows. And we are going to ask the first question, which is, what do Capricorns need to confront in the month of June? What will they be dealing with, facing, or confronting in the month of June? What will Capricorns be facing in the month of June? Let's move some of this out of the way. Any other messages, Spirit? What will Capricorns be facing or confronting in the month of June? Okay. Wow. So we have some stuff going on in the month of June for our lovely Capricorns, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll work through that. All right. What tools can Capricorns use, or what tools will they be using in June to help them navigate their month, to help them navigate manifesting their dreams? For Capricorns. Any other messages? Okay. Oh. I'll just add the boy here. It's going to make this reading a lot longer, but that's okay. The messages come as they come. All right. The last question I was going to ask, Spirit, but they already know, is what will happen? What's the outcome cards for Capricorns in the month of June? What are the outcome cards for the entire month of June in life and love? Okay, so you're going to be going like the cards over here are saying. You're going to be going through some times of transformation, but in the end, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good thing. All right. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's all good, my loves. I know it looks crazy up here, and that's how sometimes our months start off, right? But in the end, it ends up being all to the good. All right, so here's my little stick here. So in the month of June, we have the Storm card. So no doubt about, for some of you Capricorns, you will either be retrospect or looking back at storms in your life. But the sense that I get is that this will be storms, current storms that are kind of coming over the horizon for you in the month of June. Some conflicts, some things coming up. And it's going to test the transformation that you have been undergoing for the last month or two, or three, really. Basically, the whole month or the whole year of 2018 for many of you Capricorns, you've been in immense transformation and in a call for more balance because of the transformation happening in your life, right? Well, storms are happening and it's causing you to want to cocoon and pull in because now the storm, this conflict that has come up is testing your resolve. It's testing the new transformation that you have to see if in fact you really do have, or you really have transformed and changed and grew and grown. Okay. I apologize, Capricorns. I live, or in the back of my home is, my neighbors, they have a pool and they have really loud late night pool parties. So I have the window open. It's like really hot and I apologize in advance if you hear some screaming, but it's just some children, frolicking in the pool, in the backyard. All right. So anyway, so again, with the Storm card, there's, storms coming up on the horizon, turbulent times. For some of you, it may feel like dangerous times, troubled emotions where you're like, oh my gosh, I thought I changed this. I thought this had changed in my life. I thought this was behind me. But you realize, no, the conflict is stirring up something inside of you, whether it's an external conflict with someone or it's an internal conflict with yourself. But it's good because it's going to show you at the end of the month how much you have really truly transformed in these last several months by how you deal with the darkness that is coming to you in the beginning and the middle part of the month. And so don't be alarmed by that, Capricorns. 39 we see here with the Broom card. So we see here that you'll be getting a situation in order, handling some affairs, getting some domestic duties under wraps, handling errands, really sweeping things up, cleaning your home, decluttering, dusting off old issues that have been sitting inside your soul. You're finally dealing with it. This card also could signify an erotic encounters, so it's like sexual or sensual erotic encounters with you or someone. Okay. Interesting. We have the Rat card for 35. And this is speaking about a traitor or untrustworthy person or disease. Now, if it's disease for you or what's bringing the darkness, you know what? With the disease, let's talk about this angle for a moment. For some of you, this is the prediction for you. You will get sick. There will be an illness that comes about, but it's because you are out of whack. You are out of balance. You have already been in a state of transformation, but because your life is transformed and you're now have 1 foot in your old life, 1 foot in your new life, you're out of whack, out of balance. And now a sense of balance needs to come. So you get sick, you go into a season of darkness. But in the end, it's all good because that sickness, that illness is what alerted you to the fact that you are out of balance. And this cold, this flu, this whatever, this illness, it may be treatable or you may be able to get over it. But this is just a taste of what can happen if you don't get into balance. A taste of bigger diseases that are more all-consuming that will take you down. Okay? So this is a call for you Capricorns out there, you hardworking Capricorns, to bring balance to your life. And yes, you will have a season of darkness around that, but that's okay. That's the cocooning process a completion of your transformation process. For others, if this darkness is speaking to external conflicts that you may be having with others, which it very well could be, you'll be confronting or dealing with that in the month of June. But I'm not discouraged by it, because the outcome cards in the end tell me that it's not something to be really overly alarmed over. Yeah, you may be facing and dealing with some untrustworthy people, or a person who you feel is a traitor in your eyes. Yes, that may be going on, but I don't get that it's going to have lasting or harmful effects on the rest of your life. With the 7 card, this is the Tooth card. And the Tooth card is about losing something that was considered permanent, or a difficult separation, or again, an illness. So the reason why these 2 cards speak to me that I think some of you, many of you, will be facing illness or a diagnosis in the month of June is because they're amplifying each other. And that I think this almost confirms it's not so much a traitor or untrustworthy person for most of you. It's an illness. But there is some of you that the energy will manifest into a traitor, or in your eyes, a traitor, or someone who has betrayed you. The Tooth card again is talking about something that felt permanent, but that is leaving. And so some of you may be going through darkness because, maybe your loved ones are like, you know what? You have been out of balance for a while. You haven't been spending time with me. I'm leaving. Maybe a relationship that was budding ends abruptly. One that you thought actually had roots that was going to last. Some of you, it could be speaking to a job, but maybe you're getting laid off. Maybe some of you are getting fired in June. Something that felt permanent. Maybe some of you are actually facing a literal marriage separation, or separation of family in the month of June. And then we have 36 for Snake. Snake is about our fears. It's about sexual fantasies and temptations. So it almost confirms that there is some of you who in the month of June will be doing some things in the dark, okay? Having some sexual fantasies, some sexual encounters even, and that could be exciting. It can help offset some of the trials and tribulations that are coming up emotionally for you as you deal with your transformation. The Snake also deals with fears. Oftentimes as we move through this life, fears come up. Temptations to go back into our old thought patterns and ways of thinking and ways of dealing with things. So think about that. Think about where pockets of fear may be in your life that maybe you didn't even realize that is actually kind of holding you back, dimming your light, and having you play small in life. And so you don't want to play small. You want to live your biggest and fullest life. Where are pockets of fear in your life where it's kind of holding you back? Okay, you may have to rely on your intuition. We have the Moon card here. You may have to rely on thinking about your dreams. Writing down your dreams in the morning when you first wake up, and getting clues from that on how you can root out finally some deep-rooted and seated fears that is undermining the progress that you are trying to make in your life. So now let's move to the tools that you will be working with and you will be working with, and you will have at your fingertips, and that you should be working with. Number 8 is blood. Blood is about life, vitality, sacrifice, heritage, and ancestry. So since this is in the tool position, this is saying that to remember the life you're trying to live, you want to have vitality in your life. Where are you kind of being slumped? Are you having slumps in your life? Are you having where you're working too hard? You're not having enough fun? You're not doing, having enough meditation, not spiritually grounded? You need more balance. You need more vitality. Are you taking your vitamins? Are you spending time with your blood relatives, your family? Are you thinking about, how you got here, or doing some retrospective work? You're going to have to do that. That is an important tool, is to make sure you're focusing on what will help you to live your most vital life, and then do it. For me, it's exercise, meditation, spending time with loved ones, and tarot, doing tarot for myself and for others. What is it for you? You know, some of us, it's singing, dancing, creating. Whatever it is, you're going to have to pump it up so you can live your best life yet. We have tree, and tree is about strong growth, seasons of life, stability, reaching new heights. This is in the tool position, so it's saying, hey, you can reach new heights by having stable roots. How you have stable roots, though, is really looking at your foundation. What's your foundation? What is providing that foundation to keep balancing your life? Do you have a routine? Do you have a stable routine? Or are you going to bed whenever at night? Do you not exercise? Do you not have a regimen that's really working for you? Are you not getting enough rest and water? Is your foundation shaky? Time to get it stable. And what about your financial house? Are you overspending? Do you need a budget? What about at work? Do you need better time management? Do you need, some mentors? Do you need some extra training? This month is about you creating roots, setting roots. Is this about you setting roots in, a new home, or maybe revamping the home that you got by decluttering, by, redecorating, moving things around in your home, shifting your furniture around? Is it about actually moving location and building long-lasting roots? Maybe it's for some of you buying a home. It's all those things that create that foundation so you can have balance in your life. You have shovel. What are you digging up? What do you need to dig up and root up? What is it that you need to think about here? Here, since it's under the rat. The shovel card is under the rat card. That tells me that, this will be about you going to the doctor, discovering what the diagnosis is, and then treating that. For some of you, it may not be going to a doctor. It may be speaking to a spiritual advisor, maybe a tarot reading. Maybe this is part of that digging up, going deeper, trying to get down to the root of your fear so you can finally root it out once and for all, so you can move forward and be powerful in your pursuits. Number 2, time. Okay, this is saying, what do you call this? This is an hourglass. But the hourglass is time here. Pressures, deadlines, life passing by, aging. You've got a sense of aging, like prematurely, things moving too fast, things out of whack, where you feel like your schedule is so full, you don't have time to hang with friends. You're just so busy. You don't have the energy to really devote to anything right now. You're just so taxed and spent. When the day is over, you don't have time to keep up your connections with your friends. That's why it's so important, my dears, to meditate, to get clear on what it is in your life. Think about every activity that you do. I don't care what that activity is. I don't care if it's dealing with work, or if it's dealing with pleasure, or if it's dealing with basically taking care of yourself. If it's not having you help, if it doesn't feel good to do it, and it doesn't feel in your highest good, where can you shift that in your life to do something else where you can feel good? Because again, stop cluttering up your schedule with things that that doesn't really resonate with you anymore. So many of us do that. And we are apologetic when we have to leave something, or we want to leave an event early, or we don't want to go to something, or don't want to do something. We're apologetic to others when, look, I just buried one of my dear friends today. I couldn't even stay for the burial because it was too much to bear to see him going into the ground. We, as far as we know, have this one life to live. I'm sure there's many arguments that will support that we have many lives to live. But as far as we know it, right now, this is it. Be mindful of your time. Don't spend it doing a bunch of stuff you feel like you should be doing that ain't fun, that don't make your heart sing. Make sure each day is filled with at least 5 to 10 minutes of something you love about your life, okay? Whether it's spending time with loved ones, doing hobbies, going on dates, going out to eat, having fun, going to the outdoors, taking a walk, whatever. Get your happy back. Okay? Wow, they're getting their happy back. Okay. 14. Moon, natural cycles, lunacy, dark emotions, a wayward soul. Again, with the moon card, I feel like it's about like tapping into your intuitions and getting really clear about what it is that's really stirring your soul and what you need to be doing right now, okay? I mean, it's natural cycles. This is all a natural cycle. So remember that. Don't be hard on yourself during this time in your life. Be gentle with yourself because this is all a part of a natural cycle. It may at times make you feel like you're going a little batty and crazy. But when you finally bring that balance into your life and get clear, and illness does that. Illness and darkness and conflict has a way of throwing things out of whack to the point where you are on your ass and all you can do is to sit still. Don't let it get to that point, but you may get to that point anyway in June, regardless. But even if you get to a mental break or whatever, just know, hey, this is all a part of the cycle. It's all a part of the natural cycle of life. You will be maybe facing some dark emotions during this time, some loneliness. Maybe you're, mourning or grieving over someone, or grieving over a relationship that has come to an end, or a person who is no longer here. Just know that that's all a part of the cycle. For some of you, that darkness, that conflict is maybe a past male energy lover or a yang lover. It may not be a male, a typical, gender male. It could be a yang energy to your yin energy. But this dark night of the soul could be pertaining to you mourning over a passing of someone, or it could be mourning over the relationship, ending of a relationship, dealing with the boy. This also could speak to someone who will come into your life in the month of June, who has that male energy or that yang energy that will help you navigate through these cycles and help you to see, hey, it's not all bad. It's all good, actually. It could be a boss. It could be a preacher. It could be a dad, a brother, a confidant, a good close friend. It could be all of that. So it could be either a past energy that you're mourning and grieving over, or it could be a current energy that helps you to navigate that mourning and grieving process that you'll be going through. And then the outcome cards. We have the stump card, which for the stump card, this is about something ending prematurely. Again, coming to that tooth card, confirmation of that. Resistance. Maybe you're having initially in the month of June, in the beginning, you're having resistance to these transitions and to these cycles. And because of that resistance, you're having pain and suffering. You don't have to have pain and suffering anymore. Release, surrender, let go. This may indicate the need to extract yourself from a certain situation. So since this is in the outcome position, this tells me that you will have extracted yourself from a situation. You will have pulled out from a situation that is actually it felt harmful to you. Then we have the 65 for Dove. And Dove is about peace, finally a time of harmony. It's about friendship, blessings, prosperity, and abundance, healing, and good health. So at the end of the month in June, you may have gone through that illness time, that mental break, that physical break in your body and your spirit. But at the end, you're going to have peace, tranquility. You're going to have a time of harmony, good health, and prosperity and abundance. So hold tight. Yes, in the beginning of June, it may feel rough, but hold tight. The end of June is gonna show promise. The 25 card is about branching out on your own. It is the stick card. And the stick card is, like I said, branching out on your own. It could represent a misrepresentation of power or abuse It could represent that for some of you, where you feel emotionally abused in a situation or physically abused. But many of you, I get a sense that this is about branching out on your own as a result of feeling like someone backstabbed you, maybe at work, for example. You dug through your fears, your issues surrounding that situation, and then you decide to branch out on your own. You stopped hanging out with that person at work, or maybe you decide to move to a different department or a new job. That's just one example of branching out on your own. For some of you, it could mean, starting your own business, or it could mean many other things, I don't know. It could mean quite a bit here. But nevertheless, you'll be branching out on your own. Then we have the Chalice card, the Cup card. This is, again, confirmation of attaining abundance. This is a time of celebration, dreams or aspirations yet to be achieved. So this tells me at the end of June that through all the trials and tribulations that you go through in the beginning, at the end you're feeling good and you're feeling spiritually enlightened, as we see with the 52 card or the Ankh card. The Ankh card is about life, increased awareness, exalted power. Exalted power from the transformation that you went through. I'm going to quickly, because I didn't realize how much time I spent. I knew having all these extra cards were going to cause that, trying to keep the readings down to a minimum. But there's a lot to be said to you Capricorns, especially because you will be going through some things. But I just want you to know that the transformation is all good. Spirit, for our singled and coupled up Capricorns, do you have any advice on what's to come, or any advice on what they need to do to bring more love into their life? Okay, and then for abundance, Spirit, is there anything that Capricorns can do to bring more abundance into their life in the month of June? Okay. No more complaining, my lovely Capricorns. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. So no more complaining. That could be also part of that balance that you need to bring into your life. No more complaining. Do what you need to do to eliminate complaining in your life in the month of June and beyond. Words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And that is what you attract for yourself and others. And love yourself first, whether you're in a relationship or trying to get into a relationship or in the budding stages of one. This is important, whether you've been married for 25 years or whether you've been dating for 2 hours. You need to love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. If you ever find yourself, whether you're married or not, or single, in a situation where you feel like there's this nagging feeling where you were like something was compromised against you, then that's an opportunity for you to say, hey, how could I have infused more love for myself in that situation? You know those situations. You know the times when you're called upon to love yourself. You know those times, and so it's important to recognize those times and to do it very much so in the month of June, because I have a feeling it's going to be a bumpy ride, and so you need to find ways to pamper yourself, baths, long walks, long drives, maybe a little treat at the bakery, whatever it is you need to keep your spirits uplifted, hanging out with friends, loving yourself first, putting yourself first before that partner and others. Putting yourself first. All right, my lovely Capricorns, thank you so much for hanging in there and watching. Much love, many blessings. Wishing you a wonderful and blessed June. Hello, Aquarians. This is your June Life, Love, and Abundance monthly reading. And I am going to do an oracle reading for you. It's only oracle this month. I was inspired to do the Dear Heart Oracle as the appetizer, the Mildred Payne as the main course, almost acting in the same way as a tarot, and then 2 additional oracles for some specific guidance on abundance and love. So let's get started. All right, Spirit, we are looking for the overall overarching energies for the month of June for Aquarians in life, love, in every area of their life. What will they be experiencing? What energies will they be dealing with? Ooh, nice. Any other messages? Oh, this one's turned over. So we'll go with that. Okay. We'll just go with that for now. First card that jumped was Seek, Transformation, and then the card that happened to be turned up in the deck was Inner Light. Wow. So in the month of June, Aquarians, you are going to be seeking out transformation. Whereas some people in the zodiac this month that I was doing readings for are running from transformation or not wanting to go through the transformation or the darkness of the cocoon process. You're the opposite. You Aquarians are like, no, I am seeking transformation. I am seeking the inner light to shine in others and in myself. And it is manifest and happening. The energies that you are experiencing is these energies, seeking transformation, inner light. If you link them all together, seek transformation and inner light. This is also confirmation that you will do it. When I see seek, I look at seek as 2 different kinds of seek. There's a small seek, and then there's the big seek, the big purpose seeking. Like, what is my life purpose? What is my reason for being? Why am I here? Those kind of seeking of the answers. And then there's the little seek, your day-to-day seeking, like seeking, a better job so you can maybe have a little extra money for more coffees out or going out more, or seeking a relationship even. Now, not to say seeking marriage. I mean, that could be very life changing, but what I mean by there's like big seeking and then there's little seeking. So we'll go more into that, I'm sure, with the Mildred Payne. It will probably expound on that. But those are the energies that you will be dealing with and working through in the month of June. All right, Spirit. We are going to do a 3-row spread with the Mildred Payne for June. Hold on. For June for Aquarians. Each row will have anywhere from 3 to 5 cards, and I will read them accordingly. All right, Spirit. What do Aquarians need to confront in the month of June? What do they need to confront in the month of June? What do Aquarians need to confront? Oh, okay. I want to scooch these up. Okay. What tools will and can Aquarians use in the month of June to manifest what they wish to manifest and to deal with what they need to confront in June? What tools will they have and can they use, or you advise them to use, in the month of June? Okay, finally, what's the outcome in the month of June for life, love, abundance, every area for Aquarians? You know, the beginning, middle, and ending of June. What's the outcome cards? What's happening for Aquarians? Okay. And then I'm going to do something a little differently here. I'm going to go ahead and have the cards jump for love and abundance and read it all together here. All right, Spirit, for our single and coupled up Aquarians, what's coming and what advice do you have? Or advice do you have for Aquarians coupled and single for the month of June? What's happening for them for our single and coupled up? Okay, we've got 2 cards that jumped for Aquarius. Okay. Okay, and now the abundance ones. What's the abundance forecast for Aquarians for the month of June, Spirit? And or what advice do you have for how Aquarians can bring or have more abundance? Nice, okay. All right, let me scooch some stuff over here. Okay, so we have these cards. So we're going to look at these closely in just a second. But first, we have the Broom card. Okay, so this month in June, you're going to be getting your affairs in order, Aquarians, getting the situation in order. You are going to be, working on the home, just handling affairs, accomplishing errands, running a lot of errands in June, maybe planning for a trip at some point in the future or planning for company to come over. But nevertheless, something is driving you to really clean up and take care of things that maybe perhaps you've been putting off and procrastinating doing, but now you are getting this situation in order. It also, for some Aquarians, could signify an erotic encounter that you may experience in the month of June. But I get more of a sense that this is an energy dealing with you cleaning up some things. Maybe also even at work, cleaning up your workspace, cleaning up your task and your schedule and decluttering and getting back down to the basics and getting things done. Also in the month of June, we have the Heart. The Heart is dealing with wild, strong emotions, affection, love, compassion. So June finds you, confronting situations where big emotions are coming through. Emotions of happiness, love, connection, compassion. Also, maybe it's sometimes a longing and grief for some of you, or perhaps a missing of someone. But nevertheless, there's a lot of heartfelt connections happening in the month of June for you. This is supported also by the engagement love card that's here. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And we have here the seek and transformation and inner light. This all represents like a loving energy, an overall energy of love happening in your life. Not to say that other energies won't be happening, because they will be, but I get a sense because it's coming up kind of here and in your love house over here. I get a sense that it's a big energy that you'll be feeling, more so than like the hag energy. We'll look at the hag in just a moment. 34 is factory, and it's about hard work, being industrious, bringing ideas into reality, manifesting things. This also could literally signify work. Maybe your work is stepping up. Maybe your responsibilities at work is stepping up. Maybe you are now becoming industrious and starting your own business, and your business is picking up. So in the month of June, you're going to see an uptick in your business picking up, your work life kind of gearing up like a factory, moving and cranking along, Aquarians. It is a lot of hard work that you've been doing, but it also is a call for you to recognize that, yeah, you're doing hard work. You're going to continue to do hard work, but keep going. It's worthwhile. And this is also about bringing manifestations into reality, bringing your inner light out. And maybe your business is finally being seen in the, by many people. And now they're really able to utilize you. And therefore you are able to manifest your dreams into reality. That's an energy that's going on here. And the reason why I say that is because right underneath that, what's supporting that is 65, hope. Keeping hope, and this is a tool. This is in the tool position. Okay, so it's the Dove card. It's peace, a time of harmony, friendship, blessings, prosperity, and abundance, healing, and good health. So you just accessing that, being open to that, being ready to receive that is the tool here, in my opinion. But I get a sense that you will, because that's what you will be confronting and facing. 3 for the hag. We have the hag here. The hag is about fears, nightmares, bizarre or malicious encounters. Okay, so your fears you may be facing this month, you may be finally confronting them and really having a head-to-head confrontation with your fears, because now this is it. Like, there's no turning back. People know about your business, or people know that you've got this hobby, or people know that you're dating this person, or people know this or know that. People are going to know things are about to shift and change and grow bigger than you had expected. But it's a beautiful thing, and you'll put your fears in its rightful place. Yes, you have fears, but you don't have to let those drive you anymore. Okay. Also, some of you may be dealing with nightmares, or kind of people who are kind of imposing their own little funky nightmares on you. And you know what? You just gonna have to kind of, like with the broom, kind of brush that aside, empathize with them, and then keep on moving. You don't have to empathize really at all. Just acknowledge, say, hey, I hear you, I see you, but you're not taking on whatever they're trying to put on you. No more taking on other people's nightmares, their fears either. Sometimes we end up adopting other people's fears, turning into our own fears, whether it's coworkers, friends, lovers, parents, siblings. No more. Teachers, bosses. It's just like, no more. No more of that. But you will be confronting that. You will be dealing with that. But I don't think it's a super strong energy, because most of the cards don't really suggest that. And the other cards in the reading here. And we'll talk more about these cards here. They're all in alignment, and they explain what's going on over here. We'll look at that now, or just a moment. So tools that you can use, or you will be using in the month of June, Aquarius, is 60 for stump. And the stump card is about something ending prematurely, something needing to end prematurely, perhaps. Resistance, it may indicate that need to extract yourself from a certain situation. So remember when I mentioned to you about the hag situation, about someone imposing their fears and their issues and all their baggage onto you? You're now going to have to, in the month of June, extract yourself from that situation, from their situation, and because otherwise you will be facing malicious encounters as a result of dealing with those people or their issues. It's time to set a boundary, extricate yourself from the situation and move on. So that would definitely be some advice that you should take heed to. Yes, it may cause friendships to end prematurely. Yes, it may cause working relationships to end prematurely, but this is necessary in order for you to grow and move forward. And it's going to transform you in a way, because you may not have had to set these kind of boundaries before or had to extricate yourself from a situation like this before. But you are getting things in order here. And that's a part of getting things in order. And then with the Foot card, right? That's about stability, balance, connection to earthly affairs, being rooted, being grounded, on good footing. So once you do that, once you utilize this tool, you'll be on good footing with whatever that situation is, So then we have, let's look at 36 for Snake. 36 for Snake is about fear, sexual fantasies, and temptations. And when this card is in the position of tools, or what you will be using, or what can you use, or what you should be doing, is when this card comes up, it's about facing your fears, okay? It's about facing your temptations and putting your temptations and your fears in their rightful place. Don't let them drive you. You drive your life, okay? If you know that you're trying to, lose some weight, don't keep self-sabotaging yourself. If you know you're trying to save money, or, self-sabotage yourself by buying all this really not healthy foods, not exercising, not doing anything, because you're fearing, really it's about a fear of actually having what you want, which is a thin body. What will that entail? What all will that entail? There's a fear for that. There's a fear for people who overspend their money. It's time once and for all to face that. And in June, I get a sense, Aquarius, that you will be. These are the things that you'll be confronting in order to go to your next higher level, in order to transform. And it's going to be all good, because I see the Hope card, the Dove card, like I mentioned before. The Dove card is a beautiful card because it's about peace. It's about a time of harmony. It's about friendships, celebrating friendships, remembering friends who have come and gone. Blessings is about you being blessed, you receiving prosperity and abundance, you receiving healing, Aquarius, and good health. You will, the hard work you'll do this coming month to turn things around in your health and your life and trying to bring a little bit more balance to it is going to pay off. It's going to happen. We know this to be true because they have the raise or promotion card that comes up for you, for your abundance. Congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. So that coincides with these cards here. The 40 is also the chalice. The cup is about abundance, about receiving abundance. You will be receiving abundance. This is confirmed because this is in an outcome card position. So that's confirmed. You will be receiving some windfalls of money, or a raise, or a promotion, or perhaps your business getting a leg up and you're now starting to kick in and you're starting to see some profits happening from your business, maybe your side business, as well as getting a raise at your full-time gig. What helps with the cycle of abundance and prosperity and wealth, and what keeps it coming and flowing to you and with greater and greater frequency and with much, much more surplus each time it cycles around you or come to you, is, yes, when you receive that raise or promotion, it is important, Aquarius, that you also consider donations, tithing, and charitable work to keep that cycle flowing. Because when you are putting back out into the universe can cycle, do what it needs to do, so that way that other people can do what they need to do, so that blessing can come back to you. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you many-fold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Wow. Powerful. We also know that this is a tool here to help our single Aquarians. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Maybe there's some friends who want to hook you up on a blind date. You've been turning them down. Maybe it's time in June to go ahead and accept that offer. You are super attractive, Aquarius. So no doubt about whoever they would have in mind for you to meet, you would probably woo them and wow them. So you should take a chance and go. And then also for our coupled up Aquarians, sorry, you will have friends who will be able to give you a little bit of advice. I don't always advise people to spill the beans every single time when there's something going on in their relationship, to their friends and family. Because what happens is, you and your lover may work things out, but your family and friends may harbor some resentments about things that happened and transpired in the relationship. So you got to be careful with that, coupled up Aquarians. But with that being said, some of your closest girlfriends and or guy friends and girlfriends and, your homies or whatever you want to call them, they know you and know what's going on. So they may be able to give you some perspective. So call them up. They would love to hear from you, love to be able to kind of chat and see where you are. Aquarians like to carry a lot of this stuff on their own at times, be all up in their head, but you don't have to be. Allow your friends to help you. Okay, finally, let's delve into the outcome cards. Like I mentioned before about the foot, this is about stability, balance, morality, connection to earthly affairs. And like I said, having a good solid foundation, a good footing for all the things you're trying to manifest and have come about. Maybe, when you at the start of the month, you started getting your affairs in order. You had to set some healthy boundaries and kind of extricate yourself from situations, and that helps. Oh my gosh, I forgot about time. Can't do that. Time. This is in the tools position. So with time, or the hourglass, but it's actually called time, this is about pressures, deadlines, life passing by, aging. Be mindful of your schedule. Make sure that you are filling your schedule with things that are, absolutely necessary, but mostly fill with things that you like doing each day. Because over time, it will become bigger and bigger of things you're wanting to do versus things you're not wanting to do. If there's things happening in June you don't want to be a part of, say so, decline it and move on. Don't feel guilty about it. Just move on. It's super important because you're going to have a lot of things transforming and happening in your life, a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of engagement, where some of you are actually going to be getting engaged. Some of you are engaging in ascending to a higher level of commitment with your current spouses or partners. Some of you just simply engaging in starting to date again, So there's a lot going on. So time management is key. Stop taking on everything and feeling guilty when you end up flaking, or just don't even flake anymore. Keep it real and say you most likely will not come. You'll do your best, but if you can't, please understand and let that be it. So there. So, like I said, with good, you'll be, with all that going on, you'll be on good solid foundation and good footing in the month of June. We have iceberg. And iceberg is about obstacles, hidden emotions, self-exploration needed. Problems may be bigger than you think. So there's some seeking going on with yourself. Maybe some anxieties that have been coming up underneath the surface for you at the start of June. And then you realize, wow, there's some undercurrent things going on with myself or with my partner, or with a friend of mine. So I need to look a little bit deeper, go a little deeper, do a little seeking and getting some answers and recognizing someone's inner light. And when I do that, they're now like, wow, I haven't been living my best life. You then help them to do better. So I don't get a bad sense about the iceberg in this instance. I think that it's good that that's in the outcome position, that self-exploration is needed, that hopefully that is what's happening, that you will be seeking that. I get a sense that you will. 40 is about abundance. It's definitely about celebrations. It's about dreams or aspirations yet to be achieved. So like I said, for some of you, you'll be getting raises and promotions. And from that, keep the cycle going by donating, tithing, and doing charitable work. Some of you will actually be doing volunteer opportunities. My star sign is Aquarius myself. So I know I have already, like a few weeks ago, signed up to volunteer at like this soup kitchen, packing up food and whatnot. So I'll be doing that in the middle of June. So, and I signed up for a while ago. So that, for example, is one thing that could be going on. And just desire to do it. Find one little thing. I'm donating 4 hours of my time. That's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so I almost forgot. I don't know what's my problem tonight. Anyways, house card. So this tells me that, you remember at the start of June, all those affairs you were getting in order? You actually get those in order. Some of you actually will be physically moving, like moving to a new home, Aquarians, or seeking out a new home during this month, or actually finding a new home. Some of you are actually working on your home, improving it, cleaning it, just making it a lot better and more suited for you, improving your nest, so to speak. So with that abundance that's coming to you, that's happening for you in the month of June, you pay it also for it by taking care of your home situation. Also with the house card, what comes with this particular card too is it's having a sense of personal identity. So the transformation, this is in the far corner here, right? Confronting your fears, finally rooting out and getting rid of stuff that's, cluttering up your mind and your time. Finally getting a sense of who you truly are, who you really are, and how you're moving and having your being in this universe and in this world. You have a strong sense of yourself, and people resonate with that. And if you have your own business, people are gravitating towards that in the month of June, Aquarians. It shows that, with the 28 card, the house card, it's, stability. Again, that stability, a lot of stability is, you're going to feel stable. Like, wow, you're really building roots here. You're really making something happen here. And in addition to that, this is about a safe place, creating a safe place for yourself and your family, for your heart space, feeling safe to be vulnerable with someone that you're having a relationship with. Having them be your sanctuary and you be their sanctuary. It's quite a beautiful time for you, Aquarians. Much love, many blessings. Have a very blessed June. See you in the next video. Bye. Hello, Pisces. This is your June monthly love, life, and abundance reading. And we are doing an oracle reading. No tarot this month, maybe next month. We'll see how I'm feeling. Seeing what decks I'll be inspired to use during the summer months for Northern Hemisphere. At least that's where I'm located. And yeah. So right now I've just been inspired to use the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle as my main course deck. And then I have my Dear Heart Oracle as my appetizer, and then these two as my desserts. The Abundance Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue, the Romance Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue, Dear Heart Oracle by Pan Art, and then Deviant Moon, of course, with the Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle. All right, let's get this party started. All right, we are looking for, well, first of all, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just all in just wanting to touch the Mildred Payne. We're going to look at the overarching overall energies for the month of June for Pisces. What are the energy, spirit, that they will be experiencing, working through, dealing with in the month of June? Okay. Any other messages? Okay, well, we'll stop there. It's a lot of interesting stuff coming up. So we have wounded, shadow self, and protection. Now, I'm going to tell you something how I'm using this particular oracle is I've combined first and second edition oracles, and the backings of them are different. So this is the first edition and this is the second edition. What I do with the first and second is I look at this as like past older energies, and this is present or future energies. So what we've got going on is something happened, or something's going to happen in June that's going to open a wound, or create a wound, or basically reopen an old festering wound that you thought was healed but wasn't healed. And that because that wound has come up and it's there, and it could be dealing with family, it could be dealing with your love life. I get a sense, a strong sense. It could, for some of you, it could be dealing with financial wounds, but I really get a sense that this is a matter of the heart, whether it's family or a love kind of romance kind of wound. And so you have this in the present and future backing. And so I get a sense that currently something's coming up in June that's stirring up some wounds. And then the card that jumped after that, which was the shadow self, in the past backing, that means that there was some things in your past that you need to go into and do some shadow work and do some revealing and going within to see why it is that whenever something happens to you, it's triggered. And then it really opens up a really gaping wound. Whereas, it could be not something that's not even that serious, but for you, it just feels like such a slight, like such a disrespect to you. But is it really? Are you in overprotection mode? This is the protection card. There's a crystallizing of the heart here, of the organ. It's either a call for more protection, a need for more protection in June, or it could be that you are being in overprotection mode as we see it starting to crystallize and harden. You need a supple, open heart in order to be able to receive love and be able to receive love and light. And if it's too crystallized and protected because you're afraid of catching new wounds because of the shadow stuff not being dealt with, it's going to be a perpetual cycle constantly going on and on. So you're invited by Spirit this month to really delve into your shadow stuff. And I do have readings in my Etsy store and on my website, Abundant Life tarot.com, that deals with those undercurrent, really addressing what it is, what those shadow self things that are hidden, those wounds that are stirring and festering that needs to come up finally for once and for all and be dealt with. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Abundant Life Shop, or to my website, abundantlifetarot.com, and check that out, because again, once you deal with all this, the crystallization on your heart will soften and you will be more open to receiving love. Because right now, even if you're married, it's going to be difficult until you deal with this old stuff that keeps coming up over and over again. All right, we're going to do a 3-row spread that's going to consist of 3 to 5 cards per row. The first question we're going to ask is, what do Pisces need to confront in the month of June? What do they need to confront in the month of June? What will they be facing or dealing with in the month of June? Okay. I swear this card always comes up for you Pisces. I don't know, or a card that's like it. Okay, this is too many, and I'm called not to use these. Okay. So, we have, let me see. I wish the daylight is kind of changing my table, so it's, I don't like the lighting. You can barely see it. Let me see if I zoom in, if that makes a difference. And it doesn't, it's too close. Okay, well, we'll do our best here. I'll just bring the cards up so you can see them. And next time I'll figure out a better lighting situation. Maybe that's why I do it in the dark, because you can see the cards better. Anyways, okay. So 42 is the Cauldron card. So this is a good time, nevertheless, for you, despite what you're seeing over here with the energies that you'll be dealing with in June. But this is a fertile time, a time of magical combinations, a time of experimentation. So if you are trying to manifest something bold, beautiful, something that you're passionate about, June is the month to do it. And you should definitely consider doing that. Before I go on though, Pisces, I'm going to lay out the rest of the cards, because I like how when the cards interact with one another in the other rows. I just wanted to dive in because I saw the Cauldron's one of my favorite cards in the Mildred Payne. All right, Spirit, what do Pisces, or what tools can Pisces use during the month of June to manifest what they like in life and love and abundance, or to deal with what they may be facing or confronting in the month of June? Thank you, Spirit. We thank you. We ask for jumping cards. Well, what tools can Pisces use? Okay. 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 And then what are the outcome cards? What's going to happen at the beginning, middle, and end of June for Pisces? What are the outcome cards? What's happening? What will be happening? Yeah, I like to have all the cards down because they interact. I just saw this. I got all excited. It's just, it throws me when it's daylight versus nighttime before my bedtime when I'm doing the readings. So it's throwing me a little bit. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. So see, I knew it's like there's some things going on, but it's not all, it's like not all super stressful. There's some things that are stressful, but not necessarily about these energies over here. And then in love, Spirit, for our singled and coupled up, what will be happening in June for love for Pisces? Singled and coupled, or what advice do you have for Pisces in life, or excuse me, love? Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit. Okay. And then we've got abundance. All right, Spirit, for abundance for Pisces for the month of June. Well, what's going to be happening for them, and what advice do you have to bring more abundance into Pisces stratosphere, into their world? Face your financial fears. Abundance mindset. Nice. Okay. This is like right up my alley. Seriously. Let me take a sip of my beverage. Okay. So like I said, fertile time for you. But it's a fertile time because with magical combinations, you're experimenting, learning what works, learning what doesn't work. That's what life is about. Mixing up things, seeing what really will taste good, what will be good for your soul, and releasing what is no longer serving you, okay? That's what this stuff is about too. Is that painful memory or painful hurt worth all the pain that is still continuing to cause you? You know, holding on to it? Of course you would say, no, of course, I don't want to hold on to it. But you continue to hold on to it. It is now time to cut the cords to these situations. I know it's a situation here because we have the Rat card. 35 for Rat is about a traitor or untrustworthy person or disease. So for some of you, literally a disease, it could be like a cold or an illness that comes to you in June that really wounds you, physically wounds you. And sometimes physical wounds with illness really brings up shadow self stuff too. Maybe you had a major illness as a child, and then you get ill now, and it stirs up stuff, and it continues to stir up stuff and all these anxieties, and it sends you into overprotection mode. And then that overprotection mode is what's perpetuating your bad health issues because you constantly are thinking about it over again. That could be one way. Another way is in love, you know, again, like I spoke of about that. So when we're talking about untrustworthy people, it's not just external. It's you as the untrustworthy narrator of your life. Sometimes you may be the saboteur of your life. You may be the traitor to your goals and your ambitions, and you may be the one that's getting in the way. Not some outside traitor or rat, but maybe it's you in this instance. Or not. It could literally be someone that you're dealing with, a lover, a neighbor, a friend, a coworker that you're dealing with, and this situation is causing you some stirring up of things. I mean, that is very much possible because we have Saturn sitting right next to the Rat card. Saturn is about adversity. It's about hardships, male sexuality or dominance, authority and control. And so that's why I get a sense that if it is an external dispute or adversity that you're dealing with, that it could be like a yang energy, or the partner in your relationship who is probably more male influenced, or if we're genderizing people, it's not even a word, but anyways, You catch my drift. So I get a sense it would be relationships, and that's that behavior, that conflict, that adversity is definitely going to stir up some things if you're in a relationship, or if you're in what feels like almost like an abusive relationship in terms of being in work, at your workplace. 44 shows that you are the octopus, entangled, multitasking. You're having to rely on your high intelligence to get through this. Sometimes, it's greed that has people having to do octopus things, wanting to grab everything. Not necessarily you being the greedy one, but maybe your employer. You're feeling pulled in so many different directions. Maybe your family's pulling you in a different direction. Maybe other responsibilities you have pulling you in different directions. So this adversary situation could be dealing with a coworker for some of you, and it's stirring up bad employment relationships you've had in the past, or had, in your prior experiences. So it's a lot of stuff that you're going to have to deal with in June emotionally. I know that to be true because we have the heart card and the outcome card. And this is about strong emotions. It's about affection, love, and compassion. So through it all, you'll get to a place. You will get to a place of softening your heart and really relaxing into the knowing. But in the beginning of the month, there's some strong emotions. There's something that's going to happen that's going to kind of trigger you, go back into your shadow self. And then you work on that. And then you finally put it to rest. You maybe even have like a little ceremony, a burning ceremony where you write a letter about it and you burn it. Something symbolic to get rid of that energy. And the reason I say that is because of the pentagram. The pentagram card is about humanity. Keeping your humanity throughout your time, whether it's this month or next or whenever you watch this, keeping your compassion and humanity towards yourself and for others, being able to forgive, being able to recognize that, we are all the sum of a lifetime of choices. And whether, you can sit in judgment of your choices or sit in judgment of other people's choices all day long. But at the end of the day, we're the sum of them. I've had a dear friend who lived a hard drinking, alcoholic life. And as a result of many choices, has lost his life, So am I going to sit up here and judge? And I'm going to keep my humanity about the situation. Am I mad? Yes, but let's keep our humanity and compassion for ourselves and for others. So the tool here, because this is the tool row, what tools you'll be using, what tools you have access to, Pisces, is keeping your humanity, right? Keeping your humanity. And also making sure that you just recognize that we're all having this human experience together. And we're all experimenting. We're all trying to figure out what's our magic combination. Keep looking at life that way. And things will be okay. Okay? Lighten up a little. Stump. We have stump. So stump comes up when we have something that's ending prematurely, where there may be resistance in our life. It may indicate the need to extract yourself from a certain situation. Okay, so that's the advice and that's the tool card here, right? Something prematurely ending. Maybe for some of you, you're prematurely ending a work relationship or even a job. You're choosing to go somewhere else. Some of you are ending relationships you thought were going to last a long time. Some of you are ending long-term friendships or, ending projects that just needs to end abruptly. So, that's okay though, because sometimes we have to do that in order to move on. Also, the advice or the tool card here is knowing when to remove yourself from a certain situation, to extract yourself. Sometimes we stay in a situation or in the middle of something when it's not our business, and we stay entirely too long. Don't let that be you. And you'll, hey, Bishop, no. And you'll see exactly what that will, you'll know in June what it is. And you'll know, okay, this is the time where I need to extract myself. I kind of remember Kim from Abundant Life Tarot mentioning this. So I need to do it at this juncture. It could be anywhere in the month of June. The star card is about hope, keeping your hope alive. That is in the tool position, right? It's about keeping hope alive, keeping your eye on, the prize, the beautiful things happening for you and unfolding once you keep your faith. Once you realize, hey, things aren't as bad as I'm feeling like they are. Things are not as scary as I thought. Actually, I'm a designer in my life. And more about you being a designer of your life in just a moment. We have blood. Blood is about life, vitality, sacrifice, heritage, and ancestry. Taking the time, spend time with your family in the month of June will really rejuvenate you, really get you excited about your life, give you vitality. So find ways in the month of June to have a lot of family and friend bonding time. It'll be good for your soul, and it'll be good for the soul of your loved ones who wishes to spend time with you. That is a powerful tool to have to help you navigate also on dealing with your wounds and your shadow self and your probably what I'm getting a sense of overprotection. Now, for some of a minority group of you, the protection card is really telling you to protect yourself against someone who may not have your best interests. So maybe it could even be a partner who's like dominating you, mistreating you, cheating on you behind your back. In that case, if he's currently hurting you, he or she, and this is your current wound, and it's bringing up old, scary trust and fear issues, and it's causing you to need to protect yourself, then you need to protect yourself, okay? I felt a need to say that. We have, like I said before, the heart card. Beautiful things happening with your heart. There will be beautiful things happening here because we have the new love card. And it says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So for our single folks, clearly this is speaking to our single people. There's going to be a new love coming into your life. And that is exciting. Once you work out these wounds, once you work on maybe even releasing and ending something prematurely, this relationship right here with the stump, you see how it's right underneath? Look at this. It's right underneath the rat card, right? And then right above the spider card, which is about designing one's life. This is about removing yourself from the situation so you can make room for hope and for love and true love connections, true familial connections to blossom and grow in your life. Otherwise, if you're dealing with, crazy, who's like emotionally or physically abusive or a cheater or someone who's a taker and not a giver all the time, that can deplete you. And so it's vital to extract yourself from certain relationships and situations. Let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. So this month in June, I see that you will be relying on your friends and relying on loved ones to help you. And just even if they're not giving you advice about your situation, just being in their presence is going to be good for your soul, good for your heart, good for your headspace. It is so important to connect when you're not feeling so 100% about your life, because your friends and family can see things you can't see and want to be there for you. So I see that happening for you. But this is saying, hey, in the love arena, especially if you're single, allow your friends to help you. They may have insights on where you might be blocking or having blind spots in your love life. Maybe they're seeing a pattern of you picking the same kind of person. Or maybe they know someone who they could hook you up with, but be open to it. Sometimes you may be closed off to hearing what they have to say or getting, a hookup, a suggestion or a blind date, set up. But this time in June and beyond, take a chance, because that will allow the new love to blossom. For our coupled up Pisces, there's going to be, after you're dealing with all your wounds and whatnot, there's going to be an opportunity for you to experience a new love kind of feeling in your relationship with your partner. And that's because you're going to allow your friends to help you. You're going to start hanging out with your friends, or maybe talking to your friends who live far away. Maybe your friends who live far away have some good advice for you, and they want to be there for you, hang out with you. So let that happen. Because sometimes talking with your guy friends or your girlfriends, even if you're not talking about your relationship per se, just that lightness of having that banter and having that just good times with a friend will kind of bleed and transfer over into your other relationships, like your romantic partnerships and your relationships with your children or your parents. You become a lighter, happier person. So please, if you want to bring and manifest love, it's prime and ready. It is a fertile time for love and abundance for you, Pisces, but you have to go ahead and be open. For many of you, stop crustifying that and crystifying your heart. And then for some of you, you need to protect your heart and extract yourself from a certain situation. And then we have the 51 for Spider, for designing one's life, which I love this card. It's a strong and powerful female energies, receiving energies. So like I said, this is a powerful time to receive many blessings, Pisces. So get your heart and head space ready to receive. Don't block it. Don't allow resistance like the stump to block your blessings. But set up the appropriate boundaries and extract yourself where needed, in situations where needed. And then with the 51, again, it's carefully designing one's life. Carefully designing your life. Very important to do so. Okay? Very, very important to now be a designer in your life, an active participant, like saying, okay, this is what feels good to me. I want to find opportunities to do more X, Y, and Z in my life. I'm going to branch out on my own, as the stick card suggests. And you really will. Pisces, this is a fertile time for you. This is a fertile time to explore some maybe self-employment opportunities or new hobbies that could later on lead to self-employment opportunities, side hustle, side jobs. This is a time to branch out in love and take a chance in new love for many of you. This is a chance to really go out on a limb, so to speak, as they say. It also could represent, for a minority group of people who I was saying may need protection, it could also represent a need or to get away from abuse of power, Finally, we have 64 Arrow. Arrow is about hitting your target, setting goals, success, sending messages. May represent falling in love. Yay. It also, again, means hitting your target, setting goals, and finally hitting your target. And yes, for many of you, it could be falling in love again with an old partner, falling in love again with your current partner or a new partner. It's a beautiful time. Okay. Winter time in the southern hemisphere. Spring, summertime in June in the northern hemisphere. Beautiful season to walk in the park and fall in love. Finally, let's look at the abundance cards advice. We have face your financial fears. When you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light. of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. So, like I said, sometimes the traitor in the situation is not an external being, but it's you, especially in the financial arena. Finally face them. Finally face those collections. And make $5 payments. And finally face your fears about being able to save money and start saving $2 every paycheck. Do whatever you can to really say, what is it that I fear about my finances? And what can I do to release that fear? Abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment. And that is what you will experience. That is the antidote, Pisces, to facing your financial fears. When you get fearful, it is then time to kick into high gear your abundance mindset. Create a vision board. If you have an outdated one, make a new one. Put on there the things you wish to manifest, that you know that it's just, it doesn't matter how it got to you. It just needs to be around you. Look at that. Spend about a few minutes each day visualizing and feeling yourself having the things that you wish to have. And then also don't get into the whole, oh, woe is me, and I never have enough to pay my bills. Even if that is the case, stop saying it. Start aligning to, you know what? Spirit is giving me enough to pay for what I need to be paying for right now. And don't beat yourself up. Okay, compassion, keep the humanity. Material gains will come to you. Cycles happen. This is a circle, we have ups and downs. Some of this really, I think, could be speaking to people finally facing their financial fears in the month of June. All right, my lovely Pisces, I have gone on long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Have a very abundant and blessed June. Much love. I'll see you all in the next video.